Hey, Washington Commanders fan, get ready. Because what I'm about to tell you is news that could be the key to solving one of our biggest problems on defense, and it involves a secret path of $18 million. I know we are exhausted from so many losses, injuries, and frustrations this season, which seems never ending. But the truth is that General Manager Adam Peters might have a masterstroke up his sleeve to significantly bolster our secondary. Stay until the end because I'll reveal who the player might be, what he represents for the NFL, and how this financial strategy could get us out of a tight spot. And of course, don't forget to leave a like. It's just a click and helps me a lot. Adam Peters will have a lot of work ahead when the 2025 offseason arrives. That is an undeniable fact. The Washington Commanders have deeply disappointed this season, despite the high expectations that we, fans, created. Tough reflections and difficult decisions are imminent. The general manager needs to hit them right on target, as the future of our franchise depends on it. We can't afford any more mistakes in hiring and strategies because the fans' patience is reaching its limit with so many negative results and a lack of competitiveness. At this point, Peters will already have a good sense of the real situation of our team. He will know that the Commanders need to be rejuvenated at all levels, from the roster to the coaching staff. He will also know that the defense, which has been one of the worst in the league, needs the right investments to turn things around and become a respected unit once again. As a fan, I completely agree. We need fresh blood and players who come in hungry for victory to change this losing mentality. With only 6 picks in the 2026 NFL Draft, which is limited capital for so many needs, investing in free agency is almost guaranteed. The good news is that the Commanders could have over $100 million available under the salary cap next spring, provided the necessary sacrifices are made, like releasing some veterans. And Peters' first priority should be to add a top-tier edge rusher or cornerback to the roster, as those are the positions we are in dire need of and could have an immediate impact. Speaking of cornerbacks, the Commanders urgently need another quality player in free agency, especially after Marshawn Lattimore's injury. We know that our secondary has been a weak point, and Lattimore's absence, who came in with high expectations, has only worsened the situation. We need someone who can cover opposing receivers and bring more stability to our defense, which has been giving up a lot of yards and points every game. It's a glaring need that must be addressed. Jeremy Fowler from ESPN pointed out Alante Taylor as the best cornerback set to become a free agent in 2026, and this is the news that could change everything. After speaking with league sources, the expert believes it would take around $18 million per year to secure his services. It's a high price, I know, but we need elite players to compete in the NFL, and Taylor seems to be exactly that. As a fan, I'm excited about the possibility of having talent of that caliber in our defense. Fowler detailed Taylor's profile. Alante Taylor has the edge as the best cornerback. Based on the teams consulted for this exercise, he has a good physique and the flexibility to play both inside and outside. This versatility is crucial for our defense, which needs players who can adapt to different schemes and game situations. He continued, "The Saints and Taylor discussed a contract extension, but the deal never materialized, making him a trade candidate at last week's deadline. The Bears and Colts showed interest. According to Fowler, the benchmark for Taylor's value is clear. As a reference, the best cornerbacks available in the 2025 free agent market earned around $18 million per year in their new contracts. This shows that Taylor's price aligns with the market for elite players in the position, and that he is a highly coveted talent. Taylor is an exceptional rising player, and we need players with this growth mindset and potential for the future of our team. It has been a challenging season for the Saints as a whole, but Taylor is one of the few who has consistently stood out, showing his quality even in a difficult environment. He is solid in coverage, performs well against the run game, and is a fierce resource in blitzes, something that became evident during his exceptional performance against the Carolina Panthers in Week 10. He is a complete player who can bring the aggression and versatility that our defense desperately needs to regain respect in the league. While $18 million per season is a lot of money, and we need to be responsible with the team's finances, the Commanders have a way to handle this cost without compromising their ability to strengthen other areas. There are smart ways to structure the contract that make it advantageous for all parties, diluting the impact on the salary cap. Adam Peters is an experienced general manager, and we trust that he can work the magic to bring in a talent like Taylor. And here comes the $18 million secret path that could make this signing feasible: the release of Marshawn Lattimore. With 1 year left on his contract, releasing Lattimore incurs no additional costs and represents a saving of $18.5 million. That's right, fans, almost exactly the amount needed to sign Alante Taylor. Considering Lattimore's overall performance since the trade and taking into account that he will be sidelined for a while due to an ACL tear, this seems like an obvious and smart decision from a financial and strategic standpoint. Peters certainly has a plan in mind, and adding Taylor to play alongside Trey Amos and Mike St. Ristel seems to form a competent trio of cornerbacks for the defensive coordinator, whoever that may be, to trust. It would be a young, talented secondary with potential to grow and become one of the best in the league. As a fan, I'm very excited about the possibility of having a player like Taylor on our defense. He could be the missing piece to get us out of this hole and back on the path to victory. This news is a reminder that, even in the toughest times, football is full of twists and possibilities. Lattimore's departure, while sad, may pave the way for the arrival of an even greater talent more suited to our future. Adam Peters has the chance to make a masterstroke that could completely change the face of our defense and give us a reason to believe again. I know we are exhausted from so many defeats, injuries, and frustrations this season, which seems endless. But amid all this chaos, news straight from our team may bring a ray of hope and much-needed relief to our battered defense. Get ready, because what I'm about to tell you now is about the return of a player who might be the missing piece to inject new energy and, who knows, change the course of our last games. Stay until the end, because this revelation could be the spark we desperately need to reignite the flame of hope. And before we continue, subscribe to the channel now and hit the like button, because only here will you get the most honest and unfiltered analyses of the Commanders. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates on this situation that's heating up. Drake Jackson joined the Commanders a month ago, and we, as fans, got excited about the arrival of a talent for the defensive line. But he quickly went to the injured reserve list, a real downer. The fourth-year defensive end is rehabilitating his knee after being sidelined since a patellar tendon rupture last season. Now, the good news, Jackson is close to making his debut. His practice period has been cleared, and he has up to 21 days to prepare for his first game since Week 8 of 2023. As a fan, I'm cautiously optimistic but hopeful. Jackson was seen as a promising player, but his impact after such a long layoff is uncertain. The Commanders' defense has been struggling, giving up yards and points, and Coach Dan Quinn has taken over the defensive calls. Any help will be welcome. Jackson recorded 3 sacks as a rookie and matched that total in Week 1 of the following season before failing to record any more sacks. Expectations are moderate, but the USC player could carve out a rotational role. The team has a limit on activating players from the injured list, and the Commanders have already used one in 2025. Another will be used when safety Will Harris, cleared to return yesterday, rejoins the active roster. Great news for the secondary. The same will happen with Jackson, showing the coaching staff's confidence in his potential for the final games. As a fan, I know the season is lost, but seeing players like Drake Jackson and Will Harris returning to practice gives us a bit of hope for the future. It's a sign that the team is trying to regroup and find internal solutions to problems, seeking to finish the season with dignity and plan for the next offseason with more optimism. Now I want to know your honest and unfiltered opinion about Drake Jackson's return. Do you think he has this potential to stand out and establish himself on our defensive line, even after such a long time off and with a history of injuries? And more importantly, what impact do you expect him to have in the remaining games of the season, considering our defense is in crisis and the urgent need for pressure on the opposing quarterback? Hey, Washington Commanders fan, get ready. Because what I'm about to tell you is news that could be the key to solving one of our biggest problems on defense, and it involves a secret path of $18 million. I know we are exhausted from so many losses, injuries, and frustrations this season, which seems never ending. But the truth is that General Manager Adam Peters might have a masterstroke up his sleeve to significantly bolster our secondary. Stay until the end, because I'll reveal who the player might be, what he represents for the NFL, and how this financial strategy could get us out of a tight spot. And of course, don't forget to leave a like. It's just a click and helps me a lot. Adam Peters will have a lot of work ahead when the 2025 offseason arrives. That is an undeniable fact. The Washington Commanders have deeply disappointed this season, despite the high expectations that we, fans, created. Tough